Hey, good morning, good day, good afternoon, whatever time it is for you as you watch this. This is Ryan Luco, and I am joined with Michel Barta with Peace Bridge Reiki. And today we are going to do, I guess, another level of a conversation that we've really a continuation of a conversation we had with Michelle a couple months back about what Reiki is. And so I'm grateful that she has been willing to join us in this conversation. And before we really get into it, I want to just really highlight what Impact Montana is, just for those of you who may be unfamiliar with the organization here in Montana. But essentially, our mission is to help service members, vets, first responders, and their families define their purpose, connect with health and community solutions, and at the end of it all, strive for what they value. So a big part of that, because Impact Montana is not clinical, a big part of that is making sure that we have a strong community of supporters, and that's where that health and community solutions piece comes in. And so we partner with natural or alternative integrative health service partners. Really, I like to call them subject matter experts in their space, uh, in order to enhance our capabilities to fulfill our mission. So again, that's where Michelle Barta comes in, and I'm just very grateful that she is joining me again today. So, Michelle, if you would like to say hello, and then I will share your bio.
Hey, everybody, it's great to be here. Thank you for taking time to learn about Impact Montana and how Peace Bridge Reiki contributes to this amazing organization.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Michelle. So Michelle Barta is on a crusade to help everyone, particularly those who protect and serve, feel greater peace and calm no matter where they are facing what they are facing in life. She accomplishes this by offering Reiki, a Japanese natural healing practice, which she is going to explain more to us about today. Michelle is a teaching Reiki master, meaning that she is dedicated to an ongoing pursuit of mastery of the system through ongoing study and daily practice. A journey for Michelle, which began over 30 years ago when she had her first Reiki session. Michelle works with people of all ages, offering one on one Reiki sessions, Reiki training classes. In fact, her youngest student was age 5, and I love this. Her oldest student, age 74. She also offers collaborative workshops exploring Reiki and other forms of healing, all of which are hosted from Peace Bridge Reiki, which she founded in 2018, shortly after her certification as a Reiki master and teacher. Since 2018, hundreds of clients all over the globe have received Reiki sessions with Michelle, and she has taught over 100 Reiki classes to date. Former demanding careers in corporate and education, as well as her volunteer work as a suicide grief support group facilitator, situate her to connect meaningfully with a range of clients who are dealing with stress symptoms, burnout, and trauma. She has a master's degree in education administration and a BA in communication. Based in Helena, Montana, on the Last Chance Gulch, she and her husband Dean relocated here from Denver, Colorado in 2023. This was 10 years after her first visit to Dean's family farm in Denton, where he grew up. Denton is just one of those wonderful small towns in Montana that not many people have the opportunity to go there unless they have a reason to. But what a wonderful place. So ever since, she has been driven to live in our beautiful state. Together with her dog, they've been exploring all there is to offer in outdoor activities and community events, and appreciating the opportunity to see family more often as well. Michelle is passionate about normalizing Reiki as a practical, integrative health and healing option to live a thriving life, body, mind, and spirit. So the one thing before we move on, Michelle, I would like to say is just, my two experiences with Reiki, through you providing that experience. I will describe it in the best way I can, which I think will help kind of set the foundation for this. But what I would say is that I experienced a strong sense of balanced peace and ultimate relaxation, which in the integrative health space is also known as homeostasis. And so if anybody out there knows that term homeostasis, I think that is the best description that I can provide as a non-Reiki, expert. And that allows us to kind of hand the baton over to you and really have dialogue back and forth. So, um, yeah, let's just start by getting into what exactly Reiki is and maybe even its origins, if you would please.
Thank you, Brian. I really appreciate all of that. And also sharing that word homeostasis. That makes a lot of sense. And I like to explain Reiki this way. It's hard to talk about Reiki without talking about its origins. So Reiki, as you read, it originated in Japan. The style of Reiki that I offer originated about 100 years ago. And it's based on the idea that all living things have a life force within it, and that a Reiki session is an opportunity to bring our awareness to this life force. It's also based on some ideas that a Reiki practitioner can be a channel or a conduit to share this life force energy with a client or to share it with others. And when that occurs, energy can be released, it can be balanced. So there is a lens with this approach that the human body is an energy system. So a lot of dialogue around Reiki is energy based, or that kind of perspective. In traditional medicine, they refer to this as biofield science. So that is a little thumbnail of what Reiki's all about.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. That's very helpful. I appreciate that. So when it comes to the Impact Montana mission, and as I described it earlier, supporting service members, vets, first responders, and their families, how can Reiki help our Impact Montana participants?
Thank you. So there's a couple of ways that I've been noticing how Reiki's been really helpful for some of the participants who've been coming to receive Reiki. And that is they're in periods of transition or periods where they're seeking support to achieve some of their Thrive goals or their Thrive functional goals. Many times it starts with physical, maybe even financial. Um, there might be some family areas that they want to really focus on to feel support so that they can thrive in their life. And so, what Reiki offers is, as you so beautifully shared earlier, is this state of peace and calm and balance when we're going through times of growth, which can feel uncomfortable. So the way that I've seen Reiki be helpful is some of the participants might be, for the first time, exploring emotional aspects of a situation. And so feeling supported and feeling okay with moving forward in a process of learning to self-discover new ways of looking at a situation or developing new habits of living to feel more healthy in their body or in their mind. And so Reiki is really complementary in all of those different methods that Impact Montana facilitates, whether it's the 90-day challenge or they're working, with a coach or something like that, other services or other providers through this network. Reiki is complementary with literally, I haven't discovered anything. In fact, that's the other thing that I love to play with, and I encourage those who like to learn Reiki. And we'll talk about that in a minute. I would like to talk about that in a minute anyway. About how Reiki can come into literally any aspect of your life. So when you are cold plunging, how can you bring Reiki into that experience? When you are running or going for a walk outside in nature, how can Reiki come and enter into this experience? So when we learn Reiki, the way that I teach is I really encourage that kind of exploration to bring this into our regular life.
Okay, excellent.
So yeah, I wonder, since I've kind of segued that, if I may just talk about classes and sessions now. So some participants enjoy coming for sessions. And that's wonderful. So the way that the sessions work is there's my table right behind me, a typical massage table. The client will lay on their back for the entire session, and they'll be with bolsters and blankets, super comfy, cozy. There'll be some light music playing, and my hands will be laying on or near their body very gently. And before we begin the session, I will actually show the participant how my hands might feel on their body. So they feel that very gentle pressure. And the other offering that I bring is the Reiki classes. So that's where participants can learn to offer themselves Reiki at any time. And so what's empowering about that is while the sessions are wonderful and participants can come twice monthly for that 60-minute sessions, um, some participants may enjoy learning Reiki so that as they go about life, as they're working towards achieving their Thrive goals, they can offer themselves and literally lay their hands on themselves as they go. I have had some families come and learn Reiki together, and it's a beautiful experience of all ages. And I've also offered Reiki to participants one-on-one and in small groups. So all of those possibilities are available and covered through Impact Montana.
Yeah, great. Thank you. So, speaking of the covered services that we help individuals with, if there's a need there, you just added, or we just added, a new offering to your service partner agreement. Can you talk a little bit about that for us? The training.
Yeah, yeah. So the new offer is all the levels of Reiki training. So it's literally, it's not just level one, it's level one, two, and three. And those are all included with Impact Montana services provided by PeaceBridge Reiki. And so essentially, this is a three-tier learning program where one's experience of Reiki deepens over time, and the abilities to expand how we utilize Reiki in our life or offer it to our loved ones or to the community expands even further.
Excellent. I love that. In fact, we've had some through that finding peace in the midst of chaos workshop. I've
Yeah.
had some participants express interest in advancing and learning more about the training offer. So I love that. Thank you for sharing. So, as far as participants, what do Impact Montana participants need to know or next steps when it comes to working with you and being able to access any of the services that you've shared?
You know, I think the first thing participants should know is that the Impact Montana website is an excellent resource. And I wonder if it isn't too much trouble, Ryan, if we went to that page and we could show everybody where all the service providers are listed.
Yes, I will certainly do that. Can you see that, Michelle?
I sure can.
Okay. So if you're on the homepage, visiting the website, the place that you can find Peace Bridge Reiki, along with all of our other service partners in our network across the state, is in the R support page. And so you'll just go to the Helena area here, and there's Peace Bridge Reiki. You can click on it; it'll actually go to Michelle's website.
And so one of the things I wanted to show is if you notice at the top of the screen, it says calendar. And we offer different events during the month. Every month we offer, typically it's the last Thursday of every month, we offer what we call a community Reiki share. Or sorry, it's the fourth Thursday of every month. So you see it there on our next one is May 23rd. And if you click on that, it'll give you a little bit more information. But essentially, what this is an opportunity to come to Peacebridge Reiki, and it's kind of like an open house. I talk about Reiki, we have a casual conversation, and then you can receive free mini sessions. So this is free and open to the public, and it's a wonderful way to kind of just feel into this space. And if you have any questions, to meet with me in person. The
Yeah,
other option, yeah. The
Okay.
other option to learn more is the request a call button, which is up at the top right. And if you click on that, if you fill that out, it just gives me a message that tells me, you want me to call you at a particular time frame, and I will reach out to you and we can have a conversation together.
Wonderful. That's, I think, what I like about this situation, really, and what you've done to create an opportunity for you to connect with individuals, help them learn more about, what exactly Reiki is. Because let's face it, it's not necessarily known in mainstream circles, and that's what you're expanding is that of visibility and awareness for what it is, and then so people don't have to necessarily Impact Montana participants don't have to commit to something that they don't have comfort level with, right? Or don't have knowledge about. So you're giving them a great opportunity to help them learn more, which is awesome.
I think it's so important to just inform about what is available. And that's one of the reasons I'm so passionate about Impact Montana. There are so many amazing practitioners on that webpage that you showed, Ryan. And there's incredible practitioners here in Helena, of course. I've had the pleasure of meeting some of them and working with them. And it's a great opportunity for anyone interested in Impact Montana to really explore what is available to them through this. So I guess on that note, I'm going to kind of flip the interview around to you, Ryan, and say, what if somebody's interested in Impact Montana? What do they do? What should they expect?
That's a great question, Michelle. Thank you. So for anybody out there that has that service background, or maybe a family member of someone who has served and just wants to know more about Impact Montana, we've kind of tried to mirror what Michelle is doing by providing the information to help you dig into it a little bit deeper. So if you go to our homepage, we've got, just some general information, but it takes you down to the Warriors process for support. And I do want to highlight the fact that it does include spouses and dependents living in the home. So that is a big part of who we support. And if you go to just scroll a little bit further, there's a video. I think this is about a 6-minute video to help somebody determine whether they may be a good candidate for Impact Montana programming. And then once they watch that video and have decided, yeah, I think I want to move forward, this step one qualify form is a really quick form to fill out. It takes probably less than a minute to do, honestly. And so once that's filled out and gets submitted, it comes to our email, and I try to reach out within a 24-hour time frame, which doesn't always happen, but usually pretty prompt about being able to connect with somebody and just having a conversation. Where are you now? Where is it you want to go? And then really simply, how can Impact Montana help you get there? So we have the resources and the support to be able to help individuals meet those objectives. And thankfully, we have a lot of other service partners that can assist in that effort as well. So that's what our service partner network is there for, and folks like Michelle are certainly on our Impact Montana bus. It's a big bus. It's getting bigger
Yes,
every
indeed.
month, but yeah. So that's the process for support. Does that help, Michelle?
Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
Yeah, wonderful. Well, thank you. I'm just gonna um, let's see if I can stop share so that you don't have to see my desktop. And yeah, just kind of close the loop on this conversation. I really appreciate the opportunity to expand, go another level. I feel like today was a really maybe one or two levels above our conversation last time, and just an opportunity to help folks out there understand more about what you do with Peace Bridge Reiki, and then certainly you flipping the script and allowing me to share a little bit more about Impact Montana. It's a win-win, and maybe there's some folks out there to win as well. So a win-win-win for everybody.
Thank you, Ryan. This has been fun. It's always been a pleasure, and it's really an honor and a joy to contribute to this amazing organization. So thank you.
Yes. Well, I appreciate that, Michelle, and certainly appreciate your your work, not only as a service partner, but as a volunteer as well, supporting the mission on another level. So it's been an honor to work with you in the short amount of time. Yeah, just really excited about what the future looks like and has in store for us. And so, yeah, unless you have anything else that you'd like to share before we go, I'm um, gonna just thank everybody for watching this and learning more about both entities. And we look forward to catching up with you again soon. Thank you, everybody.
Thank